tied a rope to me. You're blessing me every day. I was down with an illusion, like a sparrow with broken wings. But now I shine with your reflection on me. I'm getting back up on my feet. That you showed up was written in my palm. You are a statement that explode like a bomb. I get to push myself to victory. You make me winner. You cut me loose and set me free. You make me win in every way. You showed me how to spread my wings. Yes, I'm the winner of the day. You cut me loose and set me free. You make me win in every way. You showed me how to spread my wings. Yes, I'm the winner of the day. Yes, I'm the winner, yeah. 'Cause I'm the winner, yeah. Am I awake or am I dreaming? So far gone, I won't look back. And when I move, there ain't no stopping me. You're pushing me up to the top. I saw the clouds looking angry, but then the sky reached my mind. And when I space out, I see the possibilities unfolding the way that I want. That you showed up was written in the palm. You are a statement that explode like a bomb. I get to push myself to victory. You make me winner. You cut me loose and set me free. You cut me loose. You make me win in every way. Win in every way. You show me how to spread my wings. Yes, I'm the winner of the day. You cut me loose and set me free. You make me win in every way.
Right. Hello, you guys, and good morning. It is 8:47 where I am located. So I don't know where you are at right now in the part of the world, but man, wow. I have been doing this amazing challenge called the 4x4x48 in an unknown location in Texas. And what that is every 4 hours, you run or walk 4 miles and you do it for 48 hours and it totals 48 miles. And the reason that we're doing it, there's a large group of people. I think it's around, 60 people, would you say?
That are participating.
Yeah, we've got 60 people. It's the first inaugural out here, and we're raising awareness and money for the Warrior Angel Foundation, which provides homeopathic approaches to helping heal people. My particular focus, being a veteran, is healing veterans with PTSD and TBIs, with different approaches outside of just doing opioids or antidepressants, the things that we typically see when working with the VA. So it's a great event. We are on 44, but we will jump more into that after we bring on the guests. So why am I doing this Renegade live stream? This is definitely outside of our regular hours. We've never done this before. I'm super excited about it. My hair is a complete disaster. This is known as no washed hair and a lot of sweat and work. So pretty excited about that. Got my little old Team SF shirt, actually from a team I worked with in Ukraine. So representing for those guys.
Yes.
But more importantly, and before I forget, if you haven't done so already and you're watching this, I encourage you, hit the subscribe button because you want to stay up to date. We do weekly episodes on Thursday. Also, like this episode, and as you go through it, you're going to love it. So share it with others. Okay, so let's get to the guts of this. Why am I going live? Well, I have an amazing individual that you all have to meet. She has a phenomenal story, and I knew that I had to get her on here and have her share her story with you all today. So without further ado, I'm not going to do any of the fancy transforming stuff that I typically do. I'm just going to turn the computer and you guys are going to meet Kelsi Sheren.
Oh, like magic. Oh, we're here. Hello, camera. Hello, camera. Hello, camera.
Yeah, we do.
We have 3 different lives going. Nice to meet you all.
It's so awesome.
It is so awesome. Something she forgot to tell you as well. Go donate. Don't just subscribe.
Yes.
Don't like. Don't share.
Yes.
Donate. Go and do it. And do it now.
And I will throw that probably in the episode notes because I can't do it right now. Too many multitasking, and I'm going to be over here like this. So anyway, look at that Texas flag. Don't tread on me. Where am I at? Over here. I love it. So how are you feeling today?
Let's talk about it for a second. Let's have this conversation because right now you have no skin on your feet.
Yeah.
I think my Achilles is about to pop.
Yeah.
And I can feel my mom's hips are just like, well, that's what it felt like to have a baby. So it's good. It's impressive to see people though. They're ready. They're hungry. They're doing it. They're out there in the pitch black, and
nobody's complaining.
No one's complaining.
We're camping. Most of us are camping. Some of us might be in a trailer camping.
Okay. Some of us are in a 30-foot comfort zone.
It's not like I picked it. I didn't choose this life. This life just happened to me. It just happened.
It happened.
3 days before, they were like, all right, hey, we got a trailer. We're going to bring it out there. Who's going to say no to that?
But
I'm like,
she's
no.
like, I'm walking to my tent. I'm walking to my tent. And she's like, I'm staying there. And no shame. No shame at all. She's like, you can come hang out. And I'm like, I don't even know if I want to.
Yeah. We got electric. And anyway, enough about the trailer. But the whole entire area, it's on 30 some odd acres.
Yep.
They've got teepee style tents that are out here, 60 some odd participants. We kicked off on Friday at 2 in the afternoon.
Yep.
Yeah, we have a Native American tribe they're out here with us. And for most of the runs, they do 30 minute prior. You actually spoke at one of the events.
So they do before each one, they do a blessing, they do a prayer for everyone. We're really fortunate out here because the individuals we have, the chiefs that we have, they're here with some really sacred items and they've been blessing everyone. And we got an opportunity to sit in a really, really special ceremony last night. And it was just all encompassing, this really gorgeous, just this feeling of love and unity and connectedness. And it's such an honor to have chiefs like that come out and just stay up. These people are not, they're not young, and they're doing it. They're doing it, and they're doing it for us, and they're genuine, and their heart is so pure, and it's so beautiful.
Yeah, it's been a very it's very interesting being a veteran. And I've heard this from several people, including myself. It's like, I feel like I'm more of myself here, even though there's a lot of suck involved with it, because it's not easy. And I don't know what these random noises are over here, but
don't worry about the noises.
Don't worry about the random noises. We have no idea what's going on. But I feel like I'm part of my family. And even though there's a suck factor, it makes it actually in some weird way
it's better
for us. Yeah. So how did you get connected with WAF, the Warrior Angel Foundation? So how did you get connected with WAF and know that you were going to come and participate?
Yeah. So for me, I was really fortunate because when I started my podcast, the Brass and Unity podcast, I kind of, in a roundabout way, that was cute. Yeah. In a roundabout way, Jack forgot where her mouth was. In a roundabout way, I met an individual from my show who sponsors it, Combat Flip Flops, Matthew Griffin, the Ranger. And he saw I was really struggling, and he offered me an opportunity. Said, "Hey, I think you should chat with Jesse Gould of Heroic Hearts Project." And WAF is doing this event on behalf of SOA, Heroic Hearts, Vet Solutions, Fit Ops, and as well as Nine Line Foundation. And so what we wanted to do once I kind of got dropped into this group was, participate in these types of things. That's what Brass and Unity does anyways. So I was fortunate. In December, I got this weird email, as one does, from Jesse Gould. And it was, "Hey, you need to be talking to this woman." And on the other line was Andrew Marr. And right away I picked up the phone, and Andrew and I got on a chat, and I was in Hawaii on the beach. And he goes, "Hey, so what you doing in March? I know it's short notice, but we're doing this 4x4x48. This is who we're doing it on behalf of." And all he had to say was Heroic Hearts. And I said, "Yep, whatever you want, you got my support." After I had an experience with psychedelics through Heroic Hearts, I realized at that point I would spend the rest of my existence doing as much as I could to support these organizations that were helping our community in a way that we were just not seeing.
Yeah.
We were seeing healing from within, and that's really what it takes. It really seems like it takes the warriors from within the community to heal itself. We've given it to the government for too long, and it's never done. We've never progressed. Now we're taking the reins, and it's the leaders that are moving forward, and it's all from within. And that's how I got to here. And I'm just grateful that we got invited. I'm grateful that we got to partner with them. I'm grateful that they trusted us with their message and trusted us to come all the way down from Canada to just be here. And it's that's how I got involved.
Yeah. And as you heard, she is from Canada. Can you take a couple minutes and share a little bit about your background in the military?
Yeah. So I'm a Canadian I always say it's so odd because, you're still in that, I've been out for a decade, but I was a Canadian artillery gunner, and I served with the Royal Canadian Horse Artillery, the 5 Ralk out of Vaquetier, Quebec. And I deployed with them, and I was the female attaché for a British unit. And I was on deployment in 2009. Subsequently, due to that operation and some things that happened there, I was end up being a 3B medical release in 2011 with a diagnosis of severe PTSD, and just was told I would never work again at the age of 19. So it took a little bit for me to realize what my purpose would be and go in and out of suicidal bouts, suicidal struggles, not feeling worthy, thinking I was a burden. The PTS was just spiraling out of control. I was on too many pharmaceuticals. It just wasn't getting better. And then fortunately, my doctor, Dr. Greg Passy, he had heard about Andrew Marr and Dr. Mark Gordon in 2015. And he came down to Texas to do training under them. And then he came back and said, "Listen, I think," and he said kid, because he's a Rwanda Bosnia vet. He's a badass, and he'll tell me where to get off. And he goes, "Listen, I want you to try this." And I said, "Okay." So we got on the protocol. My husband and I got on the protocol, Dr. Mark Gordon. We went through that process. And then a week later, we heard it on Rogan. And I was like, "Oh my God, I'm pretty sure that's like the stuff." And then I realized really quickly, like, there's a movement here. Something's changing. There's a shift. And it's that's kind of was military for me. It was short-lived, and it was the career I wanted. It was the thing I wanted to do. I got to do. I'm proud of my service. I'm proud of my operations. I'm proud of how I put up, how I showed up. I'm proud of the soldier I was, and I'm proud of the soldier in life I am now. And so now my mission is, in 2015, I started a company just out of sheer art therapy, a need to get better, a need to do well, with a pipe cutter, a drill, and a hammer on the kitchen table. And we started with a warrior bracelet, started selling it. And then we were in 200 retailers across North America, started partnering with organizations as an awareness company. And Brass and Unity donates 20% of its net proceeds to veteran and first responder organizations all over the world. And the kicker to our deal is if you're American and you buy from us, even though we're Canadian, the donation stays in the United States. If you're from the UK, it stays in the UK. Same with everywhere else. And so you can know that when you buy something from us, even though we're Canadian, we're NATO, and we support our brothers and sisters across all platforms, all different jobs. We've got your back no matter what. We just don't want people to feel alone. We don't want them to think that suicide's ever the option. Yeah. It's silly, but you know, that little bullet bracelet, man, it's changing lives.
Yeah, and this is one of them, just so you guys can see. So that's actually, it looks like a 40. Is that a 40 or 45?
7.62 cut down.
Oh, really? Okay, so that's it's a shell. This is rubber. So these are
our
pretty
active
awesome.
wear collection.
Yeah, this one's awesome. So if you guys are considering, highly recommend this. And then, yep.
This is our so this is our buddy bracelet. It's a paracord with a 5.56 round cut down. And what they are is these are our suicide prevention buddy packs. They come in a pack of 3. And what it does is it prompts you to call a buddy that you haven't called and say, what's going on? And whether or not they want to chat about it, but it prompts you to meet up. It prompts you to have that conversation. Yeah. And somebody told me once a little quick story about it. They said, you know, somebody gave me this bracelet. I didn't know anything about it, but I was going through a bad way. I reached for my gun, saw the bracelet on my wrist, took a pause. Yeah. Sometimes all you need is that pause. Yeah. So
to bring yourself back to reality. Yeah. I want to draw us back because I want us to dive into brass and unity. But first, I want to pivot. And if you can, share a little bit about your journey with psychedelics. And the reason that I'm asking that is there's still individuals, veterans, civilians, general populace, and I'm speaking from the lens of in the United States, that still don't understand psychedelics. And maybe you can take a minute to explain, how does the psychedelic treatment work to help you heal yourself from PTS?
So I think psychedelics are one tool in the toolbox for sure that can really, when utilized properly, set and setting in the right way, can give life-changing 180s like you've never seen. There's different variations of psychedelics. I apologize, we haven't slept in a while, so don't mind my stuttering.
We've probably literally slept like 4 hours in the last 3.
Super cute. So psychedelics really are a game changer. They're a gateway. They're an opening. They're a way to reset. And so, you know, you've got everything from ibogaine to 5-MeO to psilocybin to ayahuasca. And for me, I had used psilocybin for microdosing prior, but really hadn't, really dove into the psychedelic world until I met with Heroic Hearts. And that was January of last year. And I sat for my first ceremony at ayahuasca. And it was such an honor and a privilege, now having done it, to know how fortunate I was to be in the presence of Mama Aya and to be healed and to brought into her world. And she shows you what you need, not what you want. She puts up that mirror and you process over a 3-day period on a retreat. You go into ceremony at night, you come out, you sleep, you do group in the morning, you relax, you do yoga, and then you go again. And you do this for 3 days, and you're with your brothers and your sisters, and it's this tight-knit group, and it's the people I did my first ceremony, they're my pack, they're my life, they're my family. These people will go for me. I don't even have to ask. And it's not only about doing the psychedelic and experiencing the psychedelic, setting your key, but it's about feeling safe in that environment. It's about the people around you giving you that space to feel and be however you're going to be, and accept you for that. And that's what psychedelics really are. It's a community. It's a unifier. It's something special that we have only now just tapped into. I mean, could you imagine if it was never illegal, how far we'd be ahead in research? But fortunately, because of the people that have taken this on and really taken the psychedelic cause on, these are all people that are getters. These are ones with objectives and missions, and they're going to outflank any government that says we can't do this, because this is healing our community from within. And there's different variations, like I said, different people struggling with different things. For me, ayahuasca was my healer. She was my guide. And now I've integrated my life into finding a different type of faith again, a different type of connection. Like I said, it's a unifier in a way that's so hard to describe and articulate, but it's something that when you're struggling and you've done all the pharmaceuticals, you've done all the traditional treatments, you've done everything you can, and nothing's enough to break through that barrier. Psychedelics are the thing that just kicks it over the edge and makes everything just get into alignment.
So if we've got individuals, veterans, law enforcement, firefighters, first responders, and they're struggling with their own trauma, what is the best approach for getting involved with psychedelics for a cure? Provide that.
For a healing modality, for sure. Because I always like to be careful with the word cure.
Yeah,
right?
that's why I was like,
I know.
like that.
I like that you
Yeah.
caught yourself. That was
Yeah.
well done, darling. Well done. But I always say, listen, you know, Brass and Unity is a jewelry and sunglass company, but foremost and always have been, we are a profit for purpose. We are a support system. We are a network. And so we always say, if you're not sure where to go, reach out to us. We will give you and direct you to these organizations, these charities. We'll get you in touch with Grower Cards. We'll get you in touch with vets. We'll get you in touch with people in your area, support systems in your area. We do that. It's what we do. And so, you know, like I said, we build jewelry and sunglasses with bullets in them, but we're more than that. We're a community, and we're the B&U Army, and we're a people that supports each other. So if you have questions and you're not sure, we'll put links in. If you're still unsure, give us a call, and we will answer every email, and we will get you to where you need to be, and we will get you the help you need.
I love that.
Hands down.
Okay, we're gonna do a little something on here too. Well, actually, I don't know if I can do this. We're gonna try to do this though. I like to try things when we don't know. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring up her website for you all. Go to Brass and Unity. Unity.com. We're gonna go to the collection for women because I have a lot of women in the chat.
Okay.
So hey, all right.
If you have any questions about any specific product, hit me now. I will dial you in.
It's gonna be awesome. Let's
yeah.
see if we got enough connectivity.
There
if you guys can see where we're at, we're in this random shed. It's awesome.
So while you're doing that, there's a cover there. I'm gonna tell you about our sunglasses while we're doing it. So we're the only people to put bullets in the temples of sunglasses, and we put all of our pieces are plated in real rose gold, real silver, real 14 karat. They're all stainless steel underlay. They're all warranted pieces. We're about quality, not quantity, things that last. And there's specific pieces that are handmade in Canada. There's actually pieces that I still personally build for all retailers and all online. And those are the those would be the luxury bracelets and the Shine Bright and Mini Shine Brighter collection. So scroll down and go one more. You're gonna get right.
Oh, they're circling.
Yeah, give them a second. They'll pop up here.
These are gorgeous. Okay.
Yeah. So the sunglasses here, that's really great about them. They're all polarized. They're all level 3 sun protection, TAC lenses, TR90 material, real flex. Yeah. And then there's your Shine Bright collection. So
I love these.
I hand build those. I hand build those all still. That's my art therapy. That's why I started it. This is why I continue it. It's fantastic.
Yeah. I love this. Rose gold. Yeah. This is gorgeous. So what is that glass in the center what is that?
What do you mean glass?
What is the center part? It looks like it's glass.
It's Swarovski crystals imported from Austria, handset. Yeah.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah.
Look at that. That is gorgeous.
Yeah. So that's on a 33-inch chain that you can wear. You can wrap around to bring up and make short, or you can wear long. And then we have shorter 18-inch versions on a smaller casing. So that's a 7.62 round cut down, plated in rose gold with two 12mm Swarovski crystals at the bottom, and then a 6mm Swarovski crystal at the top. And those ones are handmade in Canada. They come in gold, silver, and rose gold. And then they have the mini version that sits a little bit higher, and it's just a little cleaner, easier to wear on a day-to-day basis. But those are, are a little more of our higher end pieces. But what I always say is, what we do is just a vehicle to put the money in the hands of the charities that are doing the hard work.
Yeah.
And we're more than an awareness company, right? We want people to know that these charities are the ones that are the boots on the ground, and we're just here to support them. And this is how we support them. Yeah. And so a great thing about the company, and I always talk about this because I think it's really important. I started this as a form of my art therapy and healing. So until we donate $1 million, I will never take a paycheck. So we've donated $500,000 now to different organizations all across the world, and we're going to keep pushing, and we're not going to stop until veteran suicide is a thing of the past.
Yeah. And I was actually, so one of these nights, I think it was last night at 2 a.m. Some of these runs have been brutal. I was talking with an individual who's a retired colonel, and he was telling me the overall rate of suicide within the last year due to COVID and everything was 130,000 veterans that have committed suicide. Let that resonate. 130,000 veterans. And it's like, a lot of it has to do with we're not receiving the proper treatment. We're still doing very much like antidepressants. I know for me, it was always antidepressants and sleep aids. And then they would give you uppers like Adderall because you're tired the next day.
You're groggy.
Yeah. And they're not addressing the actual symptoms, which is usually a hormone imbalance of some sort.
It's a hormone imbalance and an inflammation. And most of the time, people who are, if they're out of the military and they were sent out and they're in between jobs, like you got to think about the food. Nutrition is so key. And if you're on a
Yeah.
high inflammatory diet, all that you're doing is exacerbating symptoms.
Mhm.
And then you're wondering why you're getting worse, but
Yeah.
you can't quite understand. And, for people that are listening, one of the biggest things when you're dealing with PTS coupled with either TBI or post-concussive is the similarities overlap in a drastic way. So your aggression might not be from your PTSD. It could be from your head injury.
Mhm.
And your hormones drop down. And when they bottom out like that, you can do all the talk therapy, you can do all the traditional stuff, but it's not going to work.
It's not. No.
You need to be chemically aligned. You need your levels to be a certain way. So I always suggest and tell people this is like, there's this great thing called Inside Tracker. It's stupid easy to use. I don't have a discount code for it, but I do know, because I listened to a show, Andrew Huberman, the Huberman Lab, he's a Stanford professor.
Mhm.
He has a discount code for his podcast. So go find it. It's like 40%. It's legit. Seriously.
Oh, that's a good code.
I know. It's serious.
I'll find it and put in the episode notes.
I'm just advertising for him now. That's
Yeah.
great. I don't even know the guy, but I just saw it. And I was like, hey guys, I heard about a discount code on the low. Anyway, so Inside Tracker, it's amazing. You go get your blood work done, you upload it, and it tells you where you're at. And it tells you how to fix it with food, tells you how to fix it with vitamins. And then you can take that one step further and you can talk to people like Dr. Mark Gordon, and you can go, what's the stuff I need to test it for my hormones? How do I check if I'm bottoming out? How do I check if my inflammatory markers are off the charts? And almost every time what you'll see, especially with men, is people are producing testosterone and those types of things, but they're jumping. It's the line it's going through is turning into cortisol instead of free flowing testosterone. And that's where you see the bottoming out. And when you level that out, it's a game changer.
Yeah. And you've seen it in your husband.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you have personal experience. I want to pivot a little bit. I want to talk about a book deal. You have a book deal coming out. Can you share a little bit about that? What is the storyline?
Yeah. So I got an opportunity. Somebody heard me talk about my life, and literally I was at a charity event. Like I'm not trying to be that person. I don't need to be the next, whomever in the community. But I knew that when I was going to put myself forward, I was going to put my whole self forward, and be whatever comes from that would come from that. I was at a charity event in France doing the 600-kilometer Wounded Warrior Canada bike ride on the 75th anniversary of D-Day. And then we rode across France, and somebody saw my bracelet and said, hey, what do you do? And we got talking. And the next thing you know, I was on this call that was, I exploded. And somebody heard it and said, hey, I think you have a story to tell. And then that was great. And then I was doing another charity event with a friend of mine. We do this 24-hour rowathon on Remembrance Day and Veterans Day for Americans. We have, it's called Remembrance Day at Home in Canada. And we row for 24 hours on rowing machines with the fire department and the police. And we do it on behalf of a charity. And just somebody, Neil McDonough from Band of Brothers and Captain America, just showed up with his wife and the beautiful children and was like, we should talk. And then now we're family, and we've got some incredible things in the works. And it's only because others saw something in me that I couldn't see in myself.
Yeah. Yeah. Can you share a little bit about your story? Like just a snippet of one of the segments of the story?
Yeah. So, I mean, I was a very competitive athlete, very young, from the age of 4 all the way up. I was a Taekwondo fighter. I had the drive. I was taught, you put up, you do your work, you show up, and then you always succeed. Unfortunately, my coach ended up going to prison for statutory rape with my training partner. And so that happened early on. And then, I played rugby competitively, had a little bit of stuff there, joined the military kind of on a whim after a Remembrance Day ceremony, meeting a lady on a bus. And I'm not even joking. And then, joined the military, and within a year of joining, I was on a deployment with a unit that I didn't speak its language, running guns and stuff that I had to learn real quick in a different. So I just had a little bit of a, nothing big, but just little steps that I would always have to overcome and make sure. And I was fortunate. I had a good unit. I had Sergeant LeBlanc. He's an officer now. I refuse to call him by his officer rank. It doesn't exist to me. You're Sergeant LeBlanc for life. And, without him, I probably wouldn't be here. He saw the signs when I came back from my op. He saw this wasn't right. He knew, the loud Kelsi was gone and something was wrong. And it was only when I racked a C6 on a child before I fired that my fire team partner was like, what the heck are you doing here? And I had no idea. And I was so drugged up And I realized that I was gone. I was numb, and that I wasn't feeling anything anymore. And I wasn't sleeping, and I wasn't eating, and I wasn't talking. And I was losing my life to this thing and this voice in my head that told me, you should just die. You should just die. And then I had a major say, listen, less paperwork if you died. So, and you just got to sometimes take that on the chin and you just bottle it up until you can't take it anymore. And then I spent 10 years. Fortunately, I had a husband who understood trauma and understood that this wasn't who I was. Was something that was going on with me, and stuck with me through that. And we did 10 years of this, of up and down. And it finally got to a break point where it was like, my kid and husband weren't enough anymore. They just weren't. And not because I didn't love them.
Yeah.
Sometimes people don't understand. They're like, how could you do that? Your life's great. How could you think about suicide? Your life is great. You have X, you have Y, you're healthy, you have a child, you have this. You're like, because when the demon in your head tells you every waking minute that you're not worthy, that you don't deserve it, that a real warrior would have died, would die on the battlefield. You're weak, you're pathetic. That voice is so much stronger than anything I've ever come up against in my entire life. I've fought tons of people all over the world. I fought girls 3 feet taller than me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not a big person. I'll overcome it. You put it in front of me, I will find a way. But this was not something I could overcome. I needed help.
Yeah.
And the number one thing somebody told me was, the hardest thing you'll ever do, the most brave thing you can do, the most courageous thing you can do is just say, I need help.
That's real.
And that's all it takes.
Yeah. That is so true. And it is something that we're starting to see a shift in our community, in the military community. But it's a slow shift because there's, first off, back in the day, and it's not so much like this, if you step forward and said, hey, I'm hearing these voices, I need help, it could impede your security clearance. So a lot of people didn't say anything. Also, it was frowned upon. It looked like you were weak. You were weak because you needed help. Anything, if that was physical injury or anything. I never went to sick call when I was a younger soldier. I sucked it up. I had 3 cracked ribs in basic training because it was a weakness. It was a sign of weakness. Now we're starting to move through that and starting to recognize mental health is actually, and asking for help is a strength, and taking care of your mental health is a strength. And I, from the time that we met a few weeks ago over the call, and then we've spent a substantial amount of time together.
We met over a phone call, which then dropped, and I was like, not FaceTime, because that's what I do. And then you were like, I wasn't ready for this. I'm like, well, get ready.
Yeah.
And then we just connected in a way that, I got to tell you, it's so, Canadians, at least for us, like, women have been infantry, artillery, and armored for a long time, but there's few. There's super few. And then when Andrew said, hey, there's someone you got to meet, and they go, this is like a special operations woman, it brought so much to know that there's other women, like, and this isn't like the female card, I don't play that card, but there's other women who are putting up in a way that is just unheard of, unseen. And to connect with you the way I did, I feel like I found like a sister in you, and something that, like, women are so catty and we're so competitive, and it's always a competition. But with you, you have no ego, and you have every right. Have you seen that photo of you on the SOA board? You're just like, I'm over here murdering, and you just look like this badass powerhouse of just this. You're the epitome of what a warrior woman is. You really are.
I feel the same about you.
But I've never seen anything like it. And then I watched you rock, and I was like, oh my God. Hey, there's got to be video of this. Yeah. I've never seen a woman rock like that. I have never seen a woman move like that. It just doesn't happen. And so that's why you're worthy of special operations title. You're worthy of that. Not a lot of women are, but you so are.
You're amazing. I'm giving you a hug. Oh my God. Oh,
love you.
I love you. God. Yeah. I'm all
It's
tearing up
true.
over
Well,
here.
it's just, it's rare. You're
Yeah.
a rare duck. And your sex hair's on point. So I mean, it is though.
Awesome.
You're a leader in
Yeah.
the community, and there's a reason for it. And there's a reason why you've been in soft for so long. It's because you're an asset. You're not a liability.
Mhm.
And most people see women as a liability.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
you have never given anyone a reason to question you or look at you different. And that's why you're unique and special and deserve the attention that you're getting and the good things that are coming for you, because you're going to change the world.
Wow. Well, this show is not about me. It's about you. So we're going to pivot back to you. But that's
It's
great.
true.
Yeah, that was amazing. We've definitely had some moments together in the last few nights, like some tears on the trail.
Oh, yeah.
Crying it out, hugging it out in the middle of the night at 2 a.m. in the darkness.
This morning when I missed the call time, I was so angry at myself.
Yeah, it's been a little, the last couple of legs have been a little chaotic, to say the least, just getting there and getting out on time. But we go through it, and we're in a family. And I'm so happy that we met. I mean, this is going to be a long.
This is life. We're going to be the old Bettys. We're going to be in the wheelchairs walking around. But do you remember World War II when I was? Yeah, I'm excited for it, because that's so.
It's going to be fun.
That's a lifetime that you don't meet people like that.
Yeah,
it's rare.
And we're going through our own healing process. Yeah. You're in a certain stage where I'm in a certain stage, but we're both working towards it. And I'm really excited to see what you're going to be doing in the very near term. Outside of your book deal, do you have any other big projects that you can share with us? Maybe with Brass and Unity, or I'd love to hear it.
Yeah, I mean, we're always working on a ton of different things. We work hand in hand with charities on a regular basis to give not only a tool to either sell or give away, but just an opportunity for people to feel connected. So we've got some other projects in the works that I can't quite discuss, but I can tell you when they pop off, I'll come back. But we're always, we're changing, we're evolving, and we're not, like I said, we're not just a jewelry and sunglass brand. That's just how we started. And we're branching out into all different things. And you're going to see Brass and Unity everything. And the one thing that I'm really proud of, and thank you for giving me space to talk about it, is some of these people on my live right now, they're a part of the Brass and Unity Mental Health Monday group, the BNU Army. So every Monday, our podcast, we put out episodes Monday and Fridays, and there's mental health focus, and we talk to like tier 1 people, Fortune 500 CEOs, actors, like special forces that aren't tier 1. We talk to individuals, charity heads, and we give people a platform to just open up and tell their story in like a very raw, very, very raw way. And then on Mondays at 9:45 PST time, every Monday we do Mental Health Monday, where we go live on Brass and Unity's page, and we talk about ways to cope. Just people that are going through things. Sometimes we have the podcast individuals that were on the week before come on to talk about their mental health and how they've progressed. And then we have this group on Signal, and it's people from all over the world. We got people from Africa, New Zealand, Australia, the UK, America, Canada, and it's the most beautiful, uplifting thing I've ever seen. It's nothing but positive people. People are getting each other help. People are starting writing groups. People are there for each other at all different time zones. We had somebody who lost a friend to suicide, and all I had to say was, so-and-so just lost someone. There was numbers checking in. And it's the BNU Army is the community I want to grow. Those are the people I want the world to be like. And if we can get individuals to realize they're worthy of having support, we're going to be unstoppable.
How can they reach you and become part of this community? Yeah,
so if you want to be a part of the BNU Army, it's super simple. DM Brass and Unity, and our lovely Nikki, who runs our social media and marketing, she will give you the Signal group link. You pop in, we approve you, and there's no approval process. We add you in, and off you go.
You say DM, which platform do you want them to DM?
So you go to Instagram.
Okay, Instagram, Brass and Unity. Kimberly, if you're still on, if you can drop the Instagram, that would be great. Kimberly, you're the best. She's been dropping all of your, she got your LinkedIn and dropped it in there for him.
Thank you.
Yeah, Kimberly is awesome. So I'm grateful for all of that.
Oh, I appreciate it. Yeah. Thank you guys. But yeah, so if for some reason you don't use Instagram, no bother, info@brassandunity.com. We'll get you the link either way. You can reach us on any platform. Hey, I want to be a part of the BNU Army chat. No problem. We'll get you on there. And I got to tell you, the BNU Army is to see impact but not in a charitable way, but in a way that people just feel like they have others. It's not something I planned to start, but we just did, and it's growing, and it's incredible, and it's inspiring, and people are telling their deepest, darkest struggles in there, and people are just like, how do we help you?
It's a safe space. Yeah, a safe space. That's amazing. You did that.
Yeah, well,
awesome.
we want to help, and it gives people a chance.
Before we wrap up, I want to look really quick. I'm going to do a really quick scroll up and see if anybody asked any questions. Actually, yep. Sure. Which one to try? How did you decide which one to try? I don't know what that question is, Kimberly. We were probably
talking about psychedelics.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, maybe. This is Kimberly asking the question. So she said, how did you decide which one to try?
So for me, if you're speaking of psychedelics, quickly, I'll tell you, I had tried psilocybin and I was microdosing it, and that was working to an extent. But I knew I needed something stronger. And I'm the type of person where I need ceremony. I'm not religious, but I needed something bigger. And when you look at a retreat and you're looking at a multiple day thing, I knew there was going to be community in that. And I was offered that opportunity. It wasn't like I said, oh, I want to do this one first. I was offered it. Somebody saw something in me and saw me struggling. And I believe in my heart of hearts that person was, when you do Aya, there's something that it's said in a documentary, but my friend Griff says it all the time. And he goes, you can't unsee the mountaintop. And don't be the veteran with the billboard. Yeah, psychedelics. But I said, here's the difference though. I know what it can do. And now I feel it's obligatory in like the most healing way, not because I feel like I have to, but it's necessary for me to speak on. So Aya came to me through the world. It wasn't a choice I made. It presented itself to me. And often if you just speak to enough of these organizations, you'll feel which one is right for you.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I'll make sure too, I will put all of her socials down below so you can reach out to her. Before we wrap up, what would last and final thoughts that you would like to leave with the viewers? Let's do actually, if you could provide one information, I want to reword this. Hold on. Remember, we've only slept for about 4 hours in the past 2 days. So for veterans that are listening, because I do have a very large veteran community, and even the civilians, for anybody who might have suicidal thought, what can you tell them that you told yourself to help lift yourself out of it? Is there any advice that you can provide them?
I wish there was a perfect way that was a foolproof way that would make you stop. But the first thing I would say is, number one, you didn't survive and lose the people you lost. You didn't go through hell to come back. Like what are you doing? How would you feel if those friends you lost could to talk to you now? How would you feel? They're not here anymore. Their life is over. They can live on in name and in love and in story, but you got to realize that there's a reason you're here still. And it may look like there is no reason at the time. You can be in that dark hole and everything could be spiraling down to the drain, but you live for a reason. And that's a gift. Whatever you believe in, that's a gift. Knowing that it's never the option. There's always a way to fix you and heal you, even if it's psychological, if it's physical, there is a way to heal you. We just need to get you the tools. Just don't listen to that voice. It's hard when it's loud and it's gritty and it's consistent and persistent and it's just beating you down. You have to step back, find someone, anyone, and say, help me. And if they don't know what to do, just say, reach out to one of these vet groups, reach out to one of these organizations, reach out to one of these veterans in the community that are doing this work. I can guarantee you, you will get a response. I can promise you, if you reach out to me, you will get a response. Most likely a voice message, sorry in advance, but you will get a response. We will not leave you hanging. You're not alone. We're not going to let you go. We've lost 4 times more people to suicide than we lost in combat and GWAP.
Yeah, it's crazy.
we need to stop and realize that we survived for a reason. And we need to live so that we can honor those people. We can't let their memories die, but that's up to us to survive now. And we can find ways to heal, and we will start. The first thing and the best thing you can do is just say, I need help.
Yeah. And that can be the hardest thing. I know for me it was the hardest thing, but it's been the most rewarding, most helpful. All right, we're going to do a wrap. I want to first say thank you to everybody. Simon, I saw you jump in. Jess, Kimberly, Cybersecurity Central. I love you guys. I'm probably going to miss a couple of people. Kyla, I love it. You guys dropped in. I love seeing all these women, especially. Stuart, saw you too. So thank you. This was completely just out of blue. Never done this before, but needed to get your story out there. We're probably going to do a follow-up. But again, just to reiterate, the reason that we met is because of the 4x4x48 event, which is we run or walk 4 miles every 4 hours for 48 hours. And I've slept in the last 24 hours. I've slept an hour and a half. And then the night before I slept an hour and a half. So it's been awesome. We have one more leg to do actually in 30 minutes. So we need to get out of here because I got to wrap my blistered feet. But reach out to Kelsi and find her. She will help you. And website is www.brassandunity.com. Again, and last thing, donate. Donate. I will add the link down below, probably in the next hour or so, because we need to tell back and get ready for this. But please donate. Thank you to everybody who has donated. Kimberly, I saw your donation in the last 24 hours. Greatly appreciate it. So that's all I've got. Anything else you want to say?
Everyone else on our lives on Brass and Unity and on my page, we're going to be having Jack on the podcast soon. She's coming up. So now that you know the woman, the myth, the legend, you know who she is. So you guys go give her a follow, give her support over at Outpost Gray and all the incredible work she's doing there. And make sure that you pay attention because this is one to watch. So thank you guys so much for your time. I appreciate it.
Bye, all.
See ya.
Nice. Oh, wait. I'm supposed to push this button. Hold on. Okay. All right.